Welcome to the kickoff session for the September 15th 10-week challenge. So this 10-week challenge is going to be covering every single possible thing that you need to know in data and AI. So I'm just going to list out a couple things that it's going to be covering. One, it's going to be covering Databricks, Spark, Delta Live Table, everything that you need to know to be pretty good at Databricks. We have Yared. Yared is going to be coming online, and he'll be teaching a lot about that. Yared Gudeta, he's been working at Databricks specifically for many years, and he is very, very well versed in how Databricks works. We also have Snowflake and DBT. So Bruno Lima will be teaching DBT and Snowflake. So we'll have a bootcamp on Snowflake, Airflow, DBT, Databricks, Delta Live Table, all the stuff you need to know on Databricks. And then the second half of the bootcamp will be all dedicated to AI and learning AI. So it will be a really, really awesome. Switch my freaking mic. There we go. And now the mic will be significantly better. So we're going to give people just a little bit of time here to mosey on in. So if you want, I'm just going to show the chat here if you guys are interested. I'm just curious where you guys are at, where you guys are coming from. We'll give people another like 2 minutes or so to come on in, right? Is that free? No, it is not. Like, it is not free. You guys got to understand, like, freaking, like, everyone just wants free shit, and I can't just give you free shit all the time. Like, that's just how it works. Like, freaking, that's how the world works, right? Because it's like, guess what? If I just give because YouTube pays me like $100, right? So it's like, I can't eat on that, right? How different is this than previous AI bootcamp you have done recently? So it's the previous bootcamp that I did recently with AI was a beta bootcamp. So we have ironed out a lot of the kinks of this AI bootcamp coming in the fall. So that's one big thing. Another big thing is we're going to be spending less time on like GraphRag. I don't think GraphRag was as important, and we're going to be spending more time on like AI guardrails and understanding how to make safer AI and how to like validate your AI, and then also agentic patterns. So actually building out end-to-end agents. So people really like the MCP and like model context protocol. So we will be emphasizing that more and de-emphasizing GraphRag. That's going to be the big difference. And then we won't be spending any time on vibe coding. Vibe coding will be axed, and we'll be focusing strictly on the stuff about AI and AI fundamentals that will be there. So that's going to be the big difference here. Here, let me. I'm going to share my screen here, so we can. Let's go ahead and hit present here. Okay, awesome. There we go. So we will be presenting here, and we'll be able to be kind of talking this out. So let's go. Yeah, we have Anirudra, good morning from India. Good morning to you too. That's amazing. It's afternoon here, but yeah, it's very early in the morning for you. It's like 3 a.m. So like, congratulations. I'm saving some money to get the yearly sub. Hope this boot become available at some point, right? Yeah, the yearly sub will have AI engineering fairly soon. So like, yeah, it will also be available. But like this 10-week challenge is going to be amazing, and we will be going into this. How much is this? And will going to be a discount promo in this live? There will be a discount promo in this live. We will be talking all about that here just in a second. So yeah, I think we have enough people in here. We can have people moseying on in. They will probably keep coming in as we go through this stuff. But let's step into it, right? So welcome to an intense 10 weeks. So if you want to really take your career seriously and you want to actually learn all of the stuff you need to learn in data analytics and AI, this is exactly what you should be doing. And I really encourage you to take me up on this challenge, because I think you will really enjoy it. So how this will work is it's going to be a 10 weeks challenge. It will start September 15th, and it will go until November 19th. And we will be doing 5 weeks where we will be doing analytics engineering and data engineering, and then we'll do 5 weeks of AI engineering. So it'll be initially we'll be doing a lot of stuff in Snowflake and Databricks, and then we will be shifting gears into doing AI stuff. And some of the AI stuff we can still do in Snowflake and Databricks because a lot of those platforms are offering those materials now. So this will teach you everything you need to know for cutting edge, and it will keep you accountable. So why you made a great decision, right? So we like to share our hard work, right? And we take learning very seriously here. This is not like a boot camp that is meant for someone who wants to half-ass it. This boot camp is very intense. That's like, it's the most negative feedback I get about the boot camp, but that's also a positive. I feel like it kind of, that's the whole point, is like I try to attract a certain type of student that really wants to commit. And remember, like if you join, you won't join for the next 10 weeks. You will also join for at least a year, and you'll get lifetime access to the content that we cover in this boot camp. So that's another really solid thing, right? And so how would you get the most out of this boot camp? So like there's going to essentially be two types of people here, right? There'll be attendees who have like, you know, a life and children maybe and a job, and like they should attend the lectures and do the homework, and maybe build some pipelines and build the capstone. And there'll be a gigantic capstone project that you will deliver over these 10 weeks as well. And for the try hard attendees, post about your learnings on LinkedIn, right? Remember, it's okay. Single slide summaries are totally okay. So what does this look like? So this is what the 10 weeks look like. So we start off with on the left there with week 1 and 2, where we're going to be covering Iceberg and Trino and Airflow and Trino, which will be really, really awesome. And then starting in week 3, we will be covering, that's where we'll have a split track. So in weeks 1 and 2 here, we will meet 3 times a week. And then in weeks 3 through 5, we'll meet 4 times a week, right? So it'll be 6 hours to 8 hours of content each week. And we'll be covering Iceberg and Trino. Apache Iceberg is a super, super important technology that we like need to keep our eye on in data engineering. It's a very important one. And then we have Airflow. Airflow is so fundamental, and we'll talk all about all the different, you know, data quality contracts and how to build, you know, complex Airflow DAGs and how to manage Airflow at scale. All of that stuff was going to be in week 2. And then week 3, we have Snowflake on the analytics track. We're going to be covering Snowflake and DBT, and then Snowflake and advanced DBT. And then week 5, we put it all together with advanced analytical patterns and advanced SQL. It's a very, very cool class that like really goes in depth on like how to get your analytics engineering hat on. And then maybe you're more interested in doing the infrastructure track where you want to do Databricks basics. Then we have advanced Spark on Databricks, and then we have real-time data, Kafka, and Spark streaming. So we actually are going to have another lecture here, like because the Databricks basics will be kind of an optional thing that you can watch on your own time. And then there'll be another week here on Delta Live Table. Actually, that will be the other DLT, and that'll be covered by Yared Gudeta. And so then we have in the second half, we have 5 weeks here on prompt engineering, and then we'll cover understanding RAG, advanced RAG, ML ops, and building end-to-end AI application. We'll be doing a lot of stuff here with MCP and building out full end-to-end AI agents. It'll be a very powerful 10-week program. I highly, highly, highly recommend checking this stuff out. It will get you so ready, right? So we don't just cover that material. We also have supplemental sessions. So we have TA office hours where you can get help from my glorious TAs. And then there's exclusive Q&A with Zach. So how that works is you have to do the homework from the previous week in order to get into the Q&A. So you earn that Q&A with your effort. It's pretty great. As the boot camp goes on, usually that Q&A gets smaller and smaller and smaller until we have like the champion circle who's left. We also are going to be doing tech talks. So there'll be every week, we're going to have 1 to 2 industry leaders come in and talk. These are people like Chip Huen, Joe Reese, like Aishwarya Srinivasan. Pretty much every creator or business leader that you can imagine has talked at my bootcamp. We also will do career development sessions. This is going to be things like understanding your resume, understanding how to build a brand, understanding like how to market yourself, all those kind of things. There'll be mock interview sessions that will be available there as well. Those ones won't necessarily be one-on-one, but they'll be group sessions so you can understand more. And then with book club, so we will be reading 2 different books throughout this 10 weeks. We will be reading The Fundamentals of Data Engineering by Joe Reese, as well as AI Engineering by Chip Huen. And those books will be covered in detail as well, so that in case like you aren't as into the video content, we will also have reading content that we can then discuss and go through in depth as well. That's another really powerful thing that I tried out in the last bootcamp, and it was so successful. So So what do you get, right? So out of the bootcamp, a Discord community of 1,700 data enthusiasts and alumni of our bootcamp, right? 1 year access to cloud technology. So you'll get 1 year of Databricks, 1 year of Snowflake, 1 year of DBT, 1 year of OpenAI credits, all of that stuff. Assuming that you don't go crazy, we will freaking push back if you like try to like mine Bitcoin in the cloud or whatever. But like we will we give you within reason, right? And then you will get a very shiny capstone project that will wow people, right? And then you also can get mentor plus 2 one-on-ones with me directly. And then also AI graded homework where you get immediate feedback and like you can really learn very quickly. It's very interesting. AI graded homework is actually more effective than human graded homework because of the fact that you get feedback immediately. You can submit your homework, get your feedback, know what you did wrong, try again, right? And it's way faster, and the feedback loop is so much better. And like in that way, like it's very interesting because AI actually does a better job than humans in this space. So this bootcamp is going to be really, really exciting. We're going to probably have a couple hundred people. We'll see. So at the end of the day, some of y'all are probably like, what is going on here? So there's essentially 3 ways that you can join. You can join the 10-week challenge. The 10-week challenge is going to be $74.97. And included in that will be you will get matched with a mentor in week 1 for career support and whatever you need from that mentor. You will be matched with a mentor at the beginning, and you will also get 2 one-on-ones with me near the beginning and near the end of the challenge. Keeping in mind, this is a very, very limited space here. We are limiting this to 15 students. So if you want in on this, that's that will be the way that I would go about doing that. And then we have 2 other ways that you can join. If you want to do just the Snowflake and Databricks bootcamp, you can get in for $4,000, or you can also join the AI bootcamp for $3,000. And if you want to join like just the analytics engineering or just the data engineering bootcamp, you can also join that for $3,000 as well. So those are going to be essentially the price points that you can be thinking about as like you're going through this. As a little side note, we are, all of my boot camps are hosted on Tech Creator, and Tech Creator is a platform that allows you to create your own boot camp. And we will be having 2 boot camps that are kicking off in September. So we have one by Karan. He's doing a cybersecurity kickoff on September 12th, and then a solutions architect bootcamp by Prasad on September 6th. Those should be interesting. Those are both free. So if you just go to these links here, you can sign up. So obviously the team here is not just me. We have a bunch of other people as well involved. Matali is one of the backbones. Then we have Bruno and Wan Wu. This is going to be the key people in our team. So I want to just open it up here to any questions that y'all might have. I'm just going to stop the screen share here, and we will go there. And let's go ahead. And is it possible to put machine learning instead of N8N automation? Like, I mean, what do you mean by machine learning? Like, I guess that's the it comes back to like what does that even mean, right? Like, machine learning is such a broad concept, right? Hey, Zach, will this bootcamp be free? Definitely not. Right. For anyone who is asking if this will be free, the answer is no. There, thank you. Yeah, imagine doing this for free and being a fucking idiot. Freaking, this is like, I offer my entire life here, right? I'm giving up my whole life for you guys, right? And it's like, oh yeah, I'll do it for free, right? And so, but anyways, I'm definitely down to answer any questions that y'all might have. And like, if you are interested in joining, you can use the code I accept. So dataexpert.io/I accept. So you can accept this challenge. And you can go to dataexpert.io/I accept, and you can join for 30% off. And that's going to be probably the best discount that you'll ever get. We're not going to be because this is early. You have the early bird discounts. So this is as good as you're probably going to get in terms of the discounts for the bootcamp. So definitely, I would highly recommend checking it out. And remember, there's only 15 seats. If you want one-on-one mentorship with me and you want to be able to really further your career, I would highly, highly recommend checking that out as well. Because you'll be able to really get a lot more information from that. But like, I mean, it should be a very, very, very good time. I'm really excited to like see all the energy from people, because like we've had so many people join, and like we've had so many people have some really, really good outcomes, right? So 1 second, let me find. So Hitesh Hitesh joined he joined the analytics engineering bootcamp back in in October of last year. And then what happened for him was he left his current role, got a job where he made twice as much money. And then today he was like, I wanted to share some exciting news. I'll be moving to Dubai soon for a lead data engineer role, and it comes with 3x salary I had before. So like he joined the October boot camp last year, and now he makes 6 times as much money as he did before. So like we have some amazing outcomes that have happened throughout this boot camp, some amazing transformations and amazing outcomes that have happened. So like if you want to be like Hitesh, I highly recommend taking me up on these challenges and like really taking this boot camp seriously, because like that's really how things are gonna really kind of step forward and look good, you know, because like I know that there's so much energy here and so many things that are going to happen. So yeah, definitely. If you're interested in joining, dataexpert.io/I accept. Keeping in mind that this code is only valid for the length of this live. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Like, if you guys have any questions, like I'm down to answer questions about the live, about the bootcamp, about literally anything. I know that there's a lot of people on the call right now, so definitely excited to hear your thoughts and hear what you guys are thinking about, because that would be really good. What do you mean by AI challenge? You joined late. I mean, so this AI challenge is a 10-week program. What are the prerequisites for this bootcamp? So the prerequisites are going to be like, so if we go, let me just share my screen again. So if we go to Data Expert, right, and we go to what's again, programs, right? No, okay, Data Expert, and then we should be able to this guy, right? So this is the you can actually check it out here. This is where you can join, and then so you need intermediate level Python skills and intermediate level SQL skills, and that's where you can join. And then this will show you all of the content that we will be covering, and it's going to be really, really great. And like if you are unsure, you can also book a discovery call, right? So if you want to talk more one-on-one with Matali about like whether or not you are a fit for this bootcamp, I highly recommend taking this up and like taking a call, and so that you can understand more about what you're looking for there, right? Will you teach everything from scratch? No, it's 10 weeks, dude. Like, how is there a prerequisite or one learn everything during the boot camp? So like at the end of the day, like data engineering is not something that you can teach in 10 weeks. It's not something you can teach in 10 weeks. It's just not possible. It's very depth. It has a lot of depth, right? And so like the prerequisite is that you need to have intermediate skills, right? So how many hours homework would you say this challenge will require? So like probably 5 to 10, depending on how skilled you are. I would say somewhere between 5 to 10, because especially when when it's the data engineering and analytics engineering, where you get 2 homework assignments a week, that is when things are going to really kind of take off, and that's when things are really going to go and zoom forward. So that's really where you're going to like really take a hit, right? And so that would be the big thing that I would recommend doing. But that's the whole point, right? Is like as you kind of like go through this stuff, you will be able to just crush it, you know? And like that's the whole point. Like you get more value out of things as you put more energy and effort into them. And so yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm from a non-technical background and would like to do this. What skills do I need to work at and how fast? So like if you join the beginner bootcamp, so I have a beginner bootcamp that is free, and that would be the way to do it, right? Looking forward to this. I already have a bachelor's in cert, so this would be useful. Yeah, it's a very good way to augment your skills and like, you know, have outcomes like what happened with Hitesh, because Hitesh had some amazing outcomes. And like, I would love to mentor people, right? There's going to be 15 of you that I know I'm going to be mentoring over the next, like, you know, couple months. And I would love to teach you guys literally all the skills that that are available that I can teach you guys. So I really think that that's going to be a really powerful way to go, right? And because it's like I know that there's going to be some people here who are a little bit skeptical, who are a little bit unsure, but like at the end of the day, these challenges are like, and then taking this stuff seriously is how you learn. And it's like taking everything seriously, pushing yourself is how you really learn. And like if you really push right now and you learn everything in the free boot camp, you will be ready for this boot camp. You will be ready. So it's like if you started the free beginner boot camp, right? Does this discount code apply to the annual subscription too? Sure, you can put it there too. If you want to get that for $1,000, you can do that as well. 100%. that would be the other way to do it. So like, yeah, if you guys are interested in buying this, remember, like, you can go to dataexpert.io/I accept, and that's where you can get access to this amazing opportunity that starts September 15th. And I'm really excited to just step in here and be able to teach everything and finish this year strong and be able to just have so much going, right? And like, it's going to be a really, really good opportunity for you, right? I'm currently enrolled in the free version. I would like to say thank you for the opportunity. Yep, for sure, 100%. Like, I know that's I know only 1% of you guys are going to become customers and actually take me up on this opportunity where I actually get you a job. But yeah, it'll be great. It's going to be a very interesting boot camp. But like, we've had so many now. I've done this boot camp like 7 or 8 times now, right? What is the difference with your latest AI bootcamp? For the AI section has the same depth from your latest AI bootcamp? Yeah, like, well, I need to update it. Like, freaking, it's going to be different in the fact that like, we're not going to be covering graph RAG. Advanced RAG is essentially going to be going away, and we're going to be focusing a lot more on agentic AI, right? And we're going to be focusing more on MCP and agentic AI because that's where like the bootcamp really shined. So there'll be like more on like guardrails, agentic AI, and less on RAG or on advanced RAG and graph RAG because that seems to be less important than the rest of the bootcamp, right? Apart from PySpark, what other important Python concepts would be covered in the DE bootcamp? So how to build a DAG, like Airflow, how to build a DAG in Airflow, how to build a data pipeline. PySpark will be super covered. Delta Live Table will be covered. How to interact with Airflow. I mean, how to interact with Iceberg tables with Python, like PyIceberg and PySpark, and how to like interact with that stuff as well. That's going to be another big one. I would say that those are going to be the important Python concepts that are covered in this bootcamp. That would be the things that I would expect that you guys would be interested in about. So yeah, it should be pretty good. I mean, like accepting this challenge and like really kind of prioritizing your goals is going to be great. Do you use NAN as workflow? That is part of it. We might use NAN again. We may not. Like, NAN is like, it's good, but it's like there's so many other ways that you can build a workflow, right? There's so many other ways you can build a workflow with AI, but NAN is one of many million ways that you can build an AI workflow. And so like, I kind of like doing things a little bit more fundamental where you're like working with like the OpenAI APIs and you're working with the things a little bit more directly. And so yeah, it's gonna be pretty awesome. Like, I'm pretty excited where all this is gonna go. Like, because remember, like, what do we have here in this curricula? So this is our curricula, right? And like, we're going to be doing so much here that is going to be just so good. And like, we're going to be able to kind of collapse things. So like, for the AI bootcamp, right, prompt engineering, we're going to cut it. So it's going to be one day on prompt engineering, and the second day will be immediately on RAG. And then that will have it so that the second week we can push up and we can have agentic AI in the second week, and we can start building agents immediately in the second week. And then ML ops will be pushed up, and then we'll have ML ops in the third week so we can build agents that are reliable. And then we'll spend 2 weeks entirely on doing end-to-end applications with MCP and actually building AI that actually do cool things. And that will be the whole stack. That will be the actual way that we're doing things, right? Can you suggest a learning path from the courses you offer to reach the requirements for this course in the future batch? Yeah, take the beginner bootcamp. Just the beginner bootcamp that I launched like a couple days ago. That's what I would say. Just take the beginner bootcamp. That's the way to do it. Or go to the subscription product, and then you can learn a lot from that as well. So that would be the other way that I would say that you can kind of go about doing things. Let's see here. Yeah, and then like, we're gonna be speaking with so many famous people. You're gonna get so many good perspectives on like how things are gonna look, right, as you kind of like go through this journey and like kind of understand like, oh yeah, like this is how things are going to change. This is how data engineering is going to change, because data engineering is changing a lot, right? And then like, at the end of the 10 weeks, you should understand like, okay, AI is going to change my job. This is exactly how it's going to change my job. I don't have to have any fear because I know exactly what AI is going to do and what it won't do. And that's going to be another really powerful thing that you can kind of like leave this 10-week challenge with a kind of a set of confidence that will allow you to really, really grow into the engineer that you want to become. Right? It should be pretty good, right? But like, if y'all have any other questions about whatever, I'm also here to. This is we still have like many people on the call, so if you guys are interested in anything else, I'm definitely here. And like remember, if you want to join, you can get 30% off if you do dataexpert.io/I accept. this code is only valid for the next like 30 or 40 minutes, and then after that we will it will not be valid anymore. So like it's only valid for the time that we're on this live, and then we will be moving forward to like doing other things, because I don't like to offer these like really hefty discounts for very long. I like to do it for people who are very focused and are willing to like, commit, right? And that's why I challenge you today. I challenge you to prioritize your learning. I challenge you today to take all of this and get a ton of value and build an amazing capstone project. We're going to be doing a capstone demo in like 2 weeks on like what happened in the last challenge, and we should be able to build from there and build a lot more from there as well. So, I mean, it's going to be great. It's going to be really great. I'm really, really excited. But like, yeah, if you guys have any questions about whatever, like we can definitely talk about, data engineering, AI, all that stuff. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, for sure. I know for sure. Like we're trying our best till they will start. What do you think are going to be the most major changes in DE in terms of AI impact, right? So, well, there's going to be a couple of things, right? So I would say one is the basic pipelines like ETL, like where there's like this old definition of data engineering, which is like a data engineering builds data pipelines so the data analyst can look at it, right? And like I think a lot of those roles are going to go away because of the fact that like at the end of the day, like that's just so slow and so like awful, and like a lot of those data pipelines can be written with one prompt, right? And so like but then there's going to be other places where there's going to be more data engineering roles, right? So this whole idea of RAG systems, where like you actually like, so data engineers are going to be shifting from like building data sets to building contexts. So like data sets are really good for like measuring metrics and measuring things like that, but then contexts are like what is all the context that you need to make a decision, right? And that's where RAG is very, very powerful. And I think data engineers and RAG are going to come really close together, and that's why like I have this in the 10-week program, right? Is we talk about data engineering and we also talk about RAG, so that like you can put them all together and you can kind of maybe see how this AI field is going to really shift things. It's going to shift things quite a bit, right? And I think that that's going to be something that like you want to be very, very excited about. So like that is going to be really, really, really awesome, right? So definitely you should be very excited, right? When is the course when is this course is going to start? September 15th, right? When should we start generating all the code with an LLM instead of writing everything manually? We should. I mean, I don't know if that's ever going to be the case, right? Because like we might get to that point, but there's always going to be a lot of errors, right? Where it's like, because LLM is not a deterministic system, right? So, and like it comes back to like kind of like, think about this, like when you do text to SQL, right? Text to SQL is a very interesting thing, because it's like the problem with it is that like SQL is a very precise language, right? So it's like you select from count, average, all those things have a very precise definition. English is an imprecise language, right? Because I can be like, give me the average sales in India, right? Say that's the query I'm trying to generate with LLM to SQL. Average in India over what time frame? Is it globally? Is it average over the last week? Is it like anything else, right? And like are we including outliers at all? Are we excluding outliers? Like what? Like there's so many other like caveats that you have to be able to specify when you're doing these things, right? And so like I don't think LLM will ever generate all the code, because it comes back to like there's always going to be this gap. There's always going to be this problem, right? Of like, where can we do this stuff, right? And so we're gonna so remember, like if you're interested in joining, I would say you can join here, dataexpert.io/I accept. This is valid for the next 30, 40 minutes, like as I'm on this live answering questions. We can say like, how should I decide between DE and analytics engineering? I think both of those are great. Data engineering and analytics engineering are both really good. 1 second. September 15th, almost 1 month later, is it? Yeah, it's in about a month. Yeah, for sure. I'm opening sales. This is the very first day of sales. This is the early bird sales, right? So how to pick between AE and DE. So DE role is going to be a little bit more technical. You're going to be a little bit more focused on like pipeline and building and like technical stuff. Whereas AE is going to be more focused on, it's going to be way more focused on, what do I say here? On like like the business, right? And understanding the business and understanding the users and having more empathy, right? And understanding like how does my data impact the users? Because like analytics engineers are much closer to the end user than the data engineer is, right? Let's see. Would RAG topic cover the basics of Transformers library? Yes, we'll cover that as well, 100%. Just like how Transformers work, and we're gonna go. We're trying to go deep, right? We're trying to go deep. That's the way to do it, right? I recently graduated college and can't find a job in SWE or DE. I only have 6 months of internship. Any advice? Take this boot camp and learn more. Like if you can't get a job, then just learn more. Just learn more. And like that's the way to do it. Like I would say that is the way that I would go about it. Honest question: is traditional data science a less requirement for the current market and more towards LLMs and Gen AI? Hence this course. Yes and no. Yes and no. Like I think that like at the end of the day, like data scientists are not my audience. Data scientists are not my audience. Like, and like the thing is like the gap to be able to go and teach data science versus LLM is just so much different. Because like if you want to teach LLM, right, you just have to like learn about the OpenAI libraries and like learn about those kind of things and like learn about how to do prompt engineering, which is something you can learn in a couple weeks, right? Versus like if you're trying to learn all of data science, right, and learning like the statistics and the math and like how to accept and reject like the null hypothesis and how to like build machine learning models and learning about like the power of tests and like the precision versus recall and modeling, building models and picking between like logistic regression, linear regression, random forest, gradient descent, like all of that stuff is like I don't really know that stuff very well, right? So it's not really about that data science is becoming less of a requirement. It's more about like what I am able to teach, right? And so like I could partner with someone, and I want to do that. I want to partner with a data scientist to teach data science. 100%. That would be the way to go. I would definitely. And if you are on this call and you want to teach a data science bootcamp with me, know that that is totally something that I would be down for. So remember, everyone, like if you want to join this boot camp, right? It's this 10-week challenge. We're going to be starting September 15th. You can accept the challenge here. We've already had like 7 people accept, so I'm very, very happy about that. So I would say that that's going to be the way to do it, right? Data science is more focused on research based, but Gen AI and LMs is more product ready and product focused ready, right? Yes and no. Yes and no. Like you look at Uber, right? So Uber has models. They have logistic regression and different models in production. They do not have thing to do that, right? Will there be a 25-week boot camp that you talked about in the past? No, I'm not doing 25 weeks. Definitely not. Definitely not doing 25 weeks. Most people drop off after week 7. So like it's 20, students don't have the energy to do 25 weeks. So like they don't do it. Like so like you got to remember, like if I'm teaching students, I gotta appeal for the and keep students' energy as high as possible. And I thought 25 weeks would be the way to do it, but it's not. Definitely not. Definitely not doing 25 weeks. Nope. Fuck that. I'm having a data governance analyst interview in 2 days. How should I prepare? I mean, know about GDPR. I don't know. Like, there's gonna be like GDPR, like PII, like the best practices of storing PII, stuff like that. I think is gonna be the most important thing. And then there's probably like a SQL. There's probably gonna be a SQL section as well that you should probably be looking into. So remember, everyone, like if you want to join this, right? We have it's gonna be a really dope boot camp, right? So we're gonna do 5 weeks of analytics engineering and data engineering, and then 5 weeks of AI engineering. And like you're gonna be at the end of it, you're gonna have an AI agent that is the thing, right? What is the discount code? Will you be teaching the whole course? I am not teaching the whole course. Like definitely not. Like we are having a bunch of other people who are joining. I'm teaching a good chunk of the course, but I'm not teaching the whole thing. What is the discount code? I accept is the discount code, Daniel. So you can check it out right there. I accept is the discount code. You can also just go to dataexpert.io/I accept. So the other people who will be teaching that the course, right? So if you go to Data Expert, you can look at the instructors. So this is the instructor stack that we currently have. We have me, I'm the lead instructor. Then we have Bruno, and then we have Yared. Those are going to be the 3. Those are the 3 main instructors that we are going to be working with. They're all very, very like both Bruno and Yared are very, very knowledgeable. Like Bruno knows more about DBT than I do, so like freaking he's great, and Yared knows more about Databricks than I do. So like in some ways, like they do a better job at teaching their respective things than if I taught it myself. So that's going to be the big way that I would be thinking about how to do all of this stuff, right? And that's one of the things that's really cool about like if you if you go back and you actually take me up on this 15-week challenge, you can actually get there, right? And you can actually get to a point where like you can understand like what is the difference between analytics versus data engineering, right? We'll be covering all of that kind of stuff, right? That stuff's all going to be in the cards. All of that is going to be totally doable, right? So remember, like, we're going to be teaching so many things here, and like it's going to be such an energetic and such a powerful way to do it, right? Zach, is MLOps basically DE plus MLE? That's a decent way to think about it. Like it has pieces of both, right? And we are going to be covering MLOps in the bootcamp, 100%. Like how to evaluate if your model is working correctly, how to understand like minimizing model hallucinations. All of those things are going to be covered in great detail. So like I would highly recommend checking that out, like as you're kind of like going through stuff, because like this stuff is like covering literally the most like state of the art powerful things that you can cover. So like that is definitely one of the things that you would want to be thinking about as you're like going through this journey together with me. So and know that like this 30% off is the most I'm going to be offering, right? So like, and you guys got like 40-50 minutes to like make a decision about it. So like that's going to be because I really just want people to like think about it, be like, okay, I want to change my life. It's time for me to take my learning seriously. It's time to like do a 10-week program, jump in and freaking just and do it, right? And freaking be a part of this journey, right? Because it's like it's gonna be so good, right? Let's see here. If someone has the annual subscription, will I have Snowflake account and Databricks account for free for DBT content? Yes. Like so, like you'll notice, like if you go to if you are part of the subscription product, right? So you can go to you can go here, right? So here's the subscription product, right? The all access subscription. You go to credentials, right? And then inside credentials here, you can get access to everything, right? So I can like, okay, I can hit access to Snowflake, right? So this just gave me access to Snowflake. I'm just gonna copy my password real quick. And so my username is bootcamp42780. So then we can like, let me paste this or like, wait a minute. So like, can we like move the share screen? Okay, so we gotta like, okay, that's fine. So let me move the share screen over. So let's copy this guy and move him over here. So then like that will essentially give you access here. So we can say bootcamp 42780. And then what was that password? One second. Then we can go to credentials, copy the password here. Then it's gonna like make it a new password, all right? Submit. Okay, so now I'm in Snowflake, right? And then you can like go in here and you can do everything you want in Snowflake. And then you can go in here and I can be like, let's go ahead and do this. Go to data expert student. And then I can be like, yeah, we'll say like select star from bootcamp.mba player seasons. Right now I'm in Snowflake. Oh, we got to like select the warehouse. I forget. Yep, set as default warehouse. Then we can run this. See, and then now we have data. So now we can do whatever we want with this data set. And like, there's actually some big, there's some big data sets in here, right? So if you look at this one, right, you'll see like this has 4 million rows in it. So like, yeah, there's a lot of big data that you can play around with here in Snowflake as well. So like, and that's all, you get all access to all of this, right? So yeah, and that's going to be the like, and in the paid bootcamp, you also get access to all of this stuff as well. So like, that's going to be all very, very doable, very much like one of the ways that you can kind of go about doing things, right? So yeah, for sure, all of that. You can use this code for the subscription product as well, right? What's the address again? So if you go to dataexpert.io/I-accept, you can get 30% off until the end of this live, and then you can join, and we'll be able to get you all of the different discounts that you would want here, and it should be really, really good. So I'm really excited to start this kickoff and just see where everything goes, because it should be a really, really exciting 10 weeks, and it'll be great. Yep. Amazing. Subscribing now. Yeah, for sure, Rand. I'm glad you decided to make the decision here to join. I mean, so many people are joining right now. It's freaking nuts. I'm very happy about this, like about the energy that you guys have, the energy of like the energy and goodness of like wow, like we are gonna better our lives. We are going to find the path forward here, right? Raphael, big fan of your work. Keep going. Thank you so much, Raphael. I really appreciate it. Like I'm trying my best, right? So it's going to be should be a really, really solid time, because and remember, like if you are interested you can also get the like you can get mentorship from me, right? That's another big thing to remember is that like if you want to work really closely with me, you can do it here, right? If you want to, let's make this bigger. You can also get mentorship directly from me, and with mentor support and job search support. That's going to be the big powerful way to do things. That like if you really want to like emphatically change your life, but at the same time we need to have like the reason why that's so much money, right? Is because like it requires a lot, right? Like we have to pay a lot of people to like actually get you in that space and get you the result that you're looking for. And we're pretty sure that things are gonna like things will work out if you follow through on this whole 10-week challenge though. And I'm excited to talk with y'all. Like I love talking one-on-one with students and like learning about their pains and learning about like what they're trying to do and help them achieve their goals and like really like do like a mentorship kind of coaching kind of session, because that's really where the magic happens, right? Like you do a combination of like learning and homework and projects and mentorship. Learning program, projects, mentorship, those things together are going to be a great way to go. I know a partnership opportunity, but you need to work with students that are expected to learn Microsoft Fabric for the job market. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. It's probably a partnership opportunity that pays 10K. And so like freaking, I don't know, man. Like a lot of those freaking partnership opportunities are not a good deal. So like at the end of the day, like I would rather like teach exactly the most relevant skills and hope later on for better partnership stuff. But yeah, I'm not teaching Microsoft Fabric. Definitely not doing that. Like it's kind of like if I'm not teaching Microsoft Excel. Sounds awesome, but what does intermediate Python skills mean? I have solid SQL skills, but just noob level in terms of Python. Just wondering at what level I need to be able to follow the course content and not get lost as we progress. So like, I mean, as long as you know like loops and if statements and classes, and I would say that's going to be the big things that you need to know, and like how to do pip install and do stuff like that. That's going to be those are the big things that you need to know to really like have the right level of Python experience to like actually do this bootcamp. But like, yeah, if you're interested in joining, you can get 30% off here at dataexpert.io/I accept. You can get 30% off, and it will get you. This is valid for the next 30 minutes or so, as the live kind of is coming to an end. But yeah, it should be a really good time, right? I'm excited to see where all of this goes and see where we can kind of build into and find the next layer, because it's like one of the things that's really interesting about paying like this is that like it makes you care about it a lot more. It makes you be like, all right, I prioritize my happiness, I prioritize my income, I prioritize my skills, right? And that stuff is just really good. Zach, what would you do to get into Netflix again, having 2 years to prepare from now, right? I mean, like, so that's a good question. I mean, I would focus a lot on building a project, building some freaking amazing project, right? That like you can work on every weekend. So that's going to be part of it, right? Spend like 10 hours a week doing that. Then you're going to need to spend another 5 hours a week just like learning about optimizations and system design. So I don't know if you've heard of DDIA, Designing Data Intensive Applications. Just go read that book. So if you read DDIA, you build your own projects, and then you network, right? So I'd spend half of my time networking. I would spend a quarter of my time building projects and a quarter of my time working on system design. And that would be how I would do it, right? Where do you see the opportunities for job opportunities in the 1 to 3 year ends? Would you recommend Databricks for juniors, or is that for more senior roles? Definitely learn Databricks. Databricks for juniors is very good. It's very good. It's actually more junior friendly than like, the base AWS APIs. So like, yeah, 100%. I would definitely recommend Databricks. Right, Databricks is going to be. I mean, you have to have at least some baseline, because Databricks can be a little bit intimidating, especially compared to things like Snowflake and other things. But like, I would definitely recommend Databricks for junior roles. That's like more and more companies are going to be on Databricks over the next couple of years as well, right? So like that's going to be the big thing to remember here, right? So remember, like if you want to join, you can go to dataexpert.io/I accept. And what you get access to, right, is you can get access to all sorts of interesting things in the cloud. So you'll get access to Databricks, you'll get access to Astronomer. You're gonna get an OpenAI key. You're gonna get an AWS key. So you can see here's my AWS key, right? And then you have the Snowflake key, right, or the Snowflake password that I showed that worked pretty well. So yeah, you'll get access to all of these clouds for a year, and you can do like pretty much whatever you want on these clouds, aside from like very expensive Bitcoin mining, then that'd be good. Is SWE a good role to get experience for DE? What are your thoughts? Yeah, I think SWE is the easiest role to get into because it's like DE has a lot of SWE in it, right? Data engineering has a lot of software engineering fundamentals in it. So it's like, and that's generally speaking the hardest part to learn is the software engineering fundamentals. So like, yeah, I would recommend definitely checking this out, right? How do we get better in optimizations, especially in big data, when you cannot replicate prod level data for really having optimizations? Well, part of that is you can replicate some of it. That's one of the things that we try to do in like Snowflake, right? Where I have those kind of toy data sets that like have millions and millions of rows, and so like you can get some of it rolling, right? That's where you can, but like at the end of the day, optimizations aren't as important as you would imagine, right? Where it's like you can do a lot of the same work and on small data, and then like, so it's like if you can work on making small data even smaller, the same thing will happen. The same techniques will work in big data, right? So like, for example, do you know about Parquet? Do you know about run length encoding? Do you know about Zippy versus the other kind of snappy versus G standard, like the different compression algorithms, right? Do you know about those? And can you like compress your data to make it as small as possible? That is going to get you half of the way there. And then the other half of the way there, right, is going to be around like, do you understand how to do ETL? Do you understand how to minimize the amount of data that you read, right? Can you minimize the amount of data that you read? And it's like, then the thing is like when you work with big data, the optimizations are still going to be the same, right? It's just like you just do the same things. Like you do data, you minimize the amount of data you read. You focus on like scale, and you focus on like joins and skew, and how do you make it so the data is more uniform. All those kind of things. That stuff is all very, very powerful, right? And that's another thing that I would highly, highly, highly recommend checking out. So like, remember guys, if you are interested in joining the bootcamp, you can go here, dataexpert.io/I accept. You can get 30% off. This is the only time we'll be offering 30%. Going forward, it will be 25% or less. So definitely, I would recommend checking it out. So this is going to be a really powerful bootcamp that you guys can definitely join. I'm really excited about it. Should be pretty dope. Like I'm actually like, because what else have we got in here? This is the 10-week challenge. Can we like? Oh wait, this is the back. Oh yeah, let's go with the 10-week challenge and then go to details. My bad. I freaking need to like. So go to details. Then we can see. Oh, I'm not a part of it. But yeah, this has a lot of the other things here, right? So we have the other included cohorts here. So we can say like we have the data analytics and engineering, and we have the AI engineering bootcamp. It's going to have both of these, and then also we're going to have 20 plus homework assignments. 15 industry leading guest speakers. We have a referral network that can help you get a job. We have we're going to have one mega capstone project, and we have one-on-one time with Zach and his team, and a vibrant learning community and mentor support. So like, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing time, right? Do you think certifications are important? I mean, I think that they help. I don't think that they are super, super important, but I think that they help, right? That's great, right? Making small data smaller. Wow, thank you for answering. Yeah, for sure. When we'll go over that kind of stuff very in detail, right? In the boot camp, right? So like, I'll give you guys a taste. I'll give you guys a taste real quick. So like when you're in so this is the query editor that we'll be working with in the boot camp. And one of the things that you can look at, right, is you can actually look at the metadata, right? So this is on Iceberg. This data is on Iceberg. And then you'll see here are these are like the Parquet files that are actually on Iceberg. You see here's a Parquet file. And then we have like how many bytes it is. So this one is 19,000 bytes. And then we can see all these. This is all the interesting like metadata that Iceberg keeps on all the stuff. And then we will go over exactly all of this stuff on like how to minimize the size of this data with things like run length encoding and snappy compression and stuff like that. So it'll be pretty cool. That's like definitely something that we'll be covering quite a bit, like very early on. That's like the very, very, very beginning of the bootcamp. We'll be covering that. So I definitely recommend checking that out as you kind of like if you're interested in becoming a data engineer that like actually knows about everything underneath the hood. Right. So yeah, and remember, if you're interested, you can join here. You can get 30% off here if you use dataexpert.io/I accept. that will allow you to get in and get a very tasty little discount here that will allow you to definitely join and get all the mentorship support that you might need. And like, I mean, I would love to like mentor you guys, right? That's the whole idea, right? Is like, I want to find 15 of you who are very excited, who really want to learn, and who are willing to invest, who are willing to actually put in the money to do this, right? And we will give back to you in a way that I think you would be very surprised and very happy with. So that would be the way that I would go about this, right? So should be pretty good. Should be pretty freaking good. So like I have about 10 more minutes here on the live. So if you guys have any other questions, I think that would be it'd be really good to like answer, ask a forever hold your peace. Like obviously we'll be doing more lives here in the future. We should be this is going to be a really solid time, and we'll be able to get more and more people in, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. I mean, it's gonna be a good time. Like I know that we're gonna have a lot of energy. We're gonna have a lot of stuff, right? I know you're doing Python course in the beginner bootcamp, but generally, what is the level of Python needed to be a good as a junior DE? You don't need that much, honestly. You don't need that much, right? Where can I find the homework for the free DE bootcamp? It's coming. It's coming. Like you guys got to realize I'm working on that every day, right? You guys understand? Like I work so hard, and like I work every single day, 12 hours a day to help you guys get better at this stuff. And that's why I really appreciate it when people like show up and support me in a paid way so I can freaking actually make it worth it. Right. So summary. So we're launching a 10-week data engineering and AI bootcamp. And if you want to have my direct one-on-one mentorship, you can join here. You can join with dataexpert.io/I accept. You can get 30% off right here if you want to do that. I highly recommend it doing that, right? Was Netflix your favorite big tech company? No, Airbnb was. Airbnb was better. Airbnb was significantly better just because it's like freaking like, I mean, I learned more at Netflix. I definitely learned more at Netflix for sure. Netflix was freaking like insane in terms of like the learning and the growth, but like freaking Airbnb was way better, right? Can you give me your pitch on Astronomer? Why do I need to add it to Airflow? No, Astronomer deploys Airflow for you, right? If you don't want to like die in Docker hell and you don't want to like freaking manage like Celery executor and sequential executor and all, like Astronomer does a lot of good stuff, a lot of the annoying stuff on the other end, and their old CEO was a G, right? So I would say that's my pitch, right? Yeah, so like I mean, at the end of the day, like I think that there's going to be a lot of really powerful data engineering things that are going to happen, like and like I would hope that like as you guys build here and grow, you're going to find more, right? Do you have any content on Druid? I do not. I've thought about making content on Druid. It just comes back to like not enough people use it. Not enough people use it. Same reason why I don't make content on Rust. Same reason I don't make content on like a lot of other things, right? Do you think we can join if we don't have 1 year of Python or SQL? Like if we teach ourselves the basics in next month? Yeah, 100%. That's like, it's going to be a lot. So like you're like during the 10-week challenge, you're going to have to do more, right? That's going to be the way to do it, right? That's going to be the way to do it. Do you offer discounts for people in LATAM? You can get 30% off right now, right, Jonathan? You can get 30% off right now. Dataexpert.io/I accept, right? Right here, 30% off. Freaking great, right? If I get an all subscription, may I know if I can get any DE infrastructure bootcamp? You do not join. You do not get the live stuff. You do not get the live stuff. Definitely not. You don't get my live teaching. You don't get any of that stuff. You don't get the guest speakers. You don't get any of that stuff. You just get content and you get access to Databricks and have fun. That's it. So like the subscription is very hands off, right? Like I'm not gonna be like there, right? And I'm not gonna be there to mentor you and guide you and support you, right? It's like freaking not. That's the whole difference, right? Is like that's why like it's so much more money to do it the other way because it's more of an active thing versus a passive thing, right? So that's like the way that you want to be thinking about things as a kind of you kind of like walk through all of this, right? So like that's gonna be the big difference. I would recommend checking out, right? To learn and experience DE as a novice, do you advise a well structured environment to a chaotic startup? No, I would say go with a startup. I don't know, like where are you going to get a well-structured place, right? Most well-structured places expect experience, right? They're not going to like baby you, right? Like at the end of the day, it's like, if you go with like a well-structured freaking like working at Facebook or something like that, you have to already have experience. You have to already know what the hell you're doing. If you don't know what the hell you're doing, they're not going to hire you. And that's why startups are great because startups will hire you even if you don't know what the hell you're doing, right? So that would be another really solid way to kind of go about this, right? Is yeah, should be pretty good. Like I'm pretty excited to see where all this goes, right? I mean, y'all are making me proud right now. I'm loving the dedication and loving the commitment that we're seeing from people right now. So like yeah, it should be really really solid time to like really kind of like step up and find your path and step up and find the ways to do this kind of stuff, right? So definitely definitely I would recommend all of this, right? So like if you have no Python experience and are interested in eventually joining a bootcamp, does it make sense to learn that first, or do you offer data courses targeted for students with no coding experiences? That's literally the free bootcamp. The free bootcamp that I have right now is literally already that's what I'm teaching people, right? So yeah, how did you get so good at full stack web dev? By fucking suffering, right? You guys remember Data Expert? Everything I built, my platform is all me. I've built all of that with JavaScript. I could teach you guys JavaScript too if you want. Like, there's a whole other thing. I could how to build websites, how to build apps, how to build all that stuff. It's like I know how to do all of that too, right? That's just something that like I don't have the brand for that though, because everyone thinks that I'm the stupid data engineering guy, and I'm not like technical in other places, but I actually am. I'm actually deeply technical in other places. It's just the brand doesn't let me kind of go in that direction. So, do you have any opinions on DuckDB? I think it's great because I think DuckDB is like one of those things where it's like not everyone needs Spark, right? Not everyone needs the ability to like do that kind of stuff. They don't need Spark, right? So that's going to be the way to kind of think about it, right? For sure. Like I think that Spark is going to be a really solid like or DuckDB is great because it's like a lot of data is not big, right? Most companies don't actually work with big data. Most companies have like little data or medium sized data. They don't actually have big data, right? So like, you know, at the end of the day, like if you guys are interested, right? Like remember we got dataexpert.io/iaccept. I'll be nice and I'll keep this up till the end of the day. I'll keep this up till the end of the day so you guys can think about it and talk with the fam and whatever you need to do to consult people to like decide if this is what you want to do and you don't have to like just ape in right now. But like I would appreciate it. I would appreciate joining because this is how I do it, right? Is Building Data Extensive a good book to start? I have no idea what that book is. So like I would say probably not. I'd say The Fundamentals of Data Engineering is a good book, or AI Engineering if you are AI Engineering by Chip Huen. Those are going to be the two. A lot of startups, the tech stack is pretty simple. So from a DE perspective, you don't end up learning or doing any interesting pipelines. So I kind of disagree with going to a startup over a larger corporate to learn more in the DE space. It depends, man. It depends. It honestly depends on how broad you're trying to go. Like if you're just saying like you have to know Spark, that's what Mirza's saying. He's saying Spark is data engineering. That's what he's saying here. Is that like you don't end up learning anything interesting, right? But you can do real time stuff. You can do pub sub stuff. You can do very broad data. If you build the V1 data like master data model for a startup, you're gonna learn way more than if you work on the freaking notifications model at Facebook and like freaking because it's like you have to learn so much more breadth, right? And that's gonna be the way to really kind of do this stuff, right? Any advice for people that are learning full stack web devs? So we have a whole nother academy if you want to join. So we have fullstackexpert.io, and like you actually will get access to Full Stack Expert. Like so, if you want to freaking join the AI bootcamp, we will. So we have a whole other bootcamp on that, right? So let me explain. So we have a bootcamp here for full stack JavaScript, right? And because I recognize that like JavaScript is or like not JavaScript, but web dev and full stack engineering is kind of fundamental to AI engineering. So it's like in order to be a good AI engineer, you have to be a good full stack developer. Like that's just the nature of the beast to like really build a good product. And so like you would get access to this as like as a prerequisite to like have a better experience with your AI engineering bootcamp, right? That would be the way to do it. Do you think you would do any boot camps for the Microsoft Fabric products? No. My employers love the Microsoft products. Yeah, and your employers are going to pay me $8, right? Why don't you go with Apache Spark instead of Trino? We do teach Spark as well. It's both, right? We teach both, right? They are both important. Like Spark is not better than Trino. Like it's so funny because it's like if you have less than a terabyte of data, like Trino is better. Trino is just better. right? Spark is a little bit more resilient at the largest scales, but Trino has lower latency and is just better. It's better and faster for the most part, right? So like, I mean, at the end of the day, like freaking, and we do teach Spark as well. We teach 3 weeks of Spark, right? So like, that's another important thing to remember, is that like we teach all of it. So like, yeah, for sure. This is a 10-week program, right? So yeah, we cover all of it. So like, that's going to be the other big thing to remember, is like, you're kind of like going through this journey. And remember, like, if you are interested in joining this, I highly recommend taking me up on this offer here. So we have you can accept the 10-week program here, dataexpert.io /I accept, and that will get you in, and that will allow you to be a big part of what's going on here. So I think that you would really enjoy this journey here. So do you think, yeah, I mean, Microsoft Fabric, I'm not going to teach. I just don't like it. I don't like Microsoft Fabric. I'd rather teach BigQuery or Databricks or Snowflake or freaking, I don't know, like Airflow, right? I don't know. Like Microsoft Fabric has a long way to go, right? I guess it's like, it's kind of like being like, why don't you teach Microsoft Excel, Zach? And I'm like, because Microsoft Excel is freaking a joke. It's a joke, right? For the back end, do you like more Java or JavaScript? It depends. It honestly depends. Like I Data Expert is built with TypeScript. I do end-to-end TypeScript for my platform. Like this whole platform that you're looking at right now is all end-to-end TypeScript. But you're able to what try to say here, like Java's really nice too, because Java's gonna be more performant, right? Java's gonna have a better, you're gonna at the highest levels of scale, like you're gonna experience significantly better value from Java. Well, and because Java's statically typed, so statically typed languages are way better at enforcing changes. So if you're trying to make some big refactor across the code base, Java allows for that much better than JavaScript does, right? Got into AI bootcamp. Thanks. Could you explain what are the benefits of DE bootcamp for someone who's aiming at AI engineer career? Well, AI and data are so connected, right? You can't really do good AI engineering without good data, right? So it's like, if you can really hone your data skills and hone your AI, like honing your data skills will allow you to really get there, and really like together they're going to be a very powerful combination, like the 1-2 punch of like what you need to do, because like AI engineering without data is freaking just hallucinates, right? And like data without AI is kind of slow and dead. So like that's kind of, because data without AI requires a human to make the decision, and that's always freaking super painful and annoying, right? The way you describe DuckDB, it makes it sound like it scales down. Can you elaborate how it's a great product for cope maintenance companies using less data? Well, it's like, it's powerful, right? So it scales great, right? It's just like, it's a single node, right? Because at the end of the day, DuckDB is not distributed, right? It's like a single node, but it's a very powerful analytical database. You can think of it as like DuckDB is like essentially Postgres, but for analytics, because Postgres is for transactions, right? And Postgres is also a really good database, but it's also single node, right? It's also freaking not super single node and not that scalable. It doesn't like do horizontal scalability like BigQuery or Snowflake or Spark or Trino or those kind of other technologies. But like, it's also really good at what it does, right? Are you using any AI tools to write code? Yeah, I use freaking Cursor and Claude Code. Like, I don't know, I kind of use both. I mix it up between the two, right? I like those two. The models are all about the same. I don't really have a preference. What's your opinion on learning Scala in 2025? I don't think it's worth it. I think that like you could, if you want. Like, there's still a lot of roles out there. I know, like, if you want to really crush it at Airbnb, or you really want to crush it at Netflix, then you really do need to learn Scala, and you really need to learn like high performance data engineering with Scala. That's like going to be probably the best way to like get the best, highest paying job in big tech. But like, keeping in mind that that's only like a very small percentage of jobs. So like, remember everyone, like we are doing we're doing a 10-week program here, 10-week challenge, and you can do dataexpert.io /I accept, and you can get one-on-one time with me, and like you can literally like change your life by the end of the year. You can finish 2025 strong. This is your year. You would be able to have everything that you're looking for, and it will be amazing, right? What's the difference between distributed RDBMS and Delta Lake? Well, distributed relational stuff and Delta Lakes. Delta Lakes is still just going to be like kind of dead files, right? It's going to be more of like a file system, whereas a distributed, like you're talking more like the differences between like DynamoDB and Delta Lake. It's going to be the main difference that you're looking at, or Cassandra and Delta Lake. Is Delta Lake is still going to have like a lot more guarantees on when you write, right? So like because Dynamo and freaking Cassandra, I'm pretty sure are eventually consistent systems. So like when you write data, it actually takes a little bit for it to propagate throughout the whole system. It doesn't just like propagate immediately. Whereas like when you write on Delta Lake, it does, everything propagates immediately because there's just one file reference. And like that can actually cause problems where Cassandra is actually able to accept more updates because like it's eventually consistent. It's like, oh, we don't have to propagate all of the usages. Whereas like if you try to update the same Delta Lake file all at the same time, you will get errors because there's only a certain amount of throughput that can happen for Delta Lake or Iceberg. Both are going to be the same, right? So that would be that would be the main difference. And when should you use what? Well, Delta Lake is, if you're using data lakes, that's mostly for analytical data. So if you're examining all of the data set, like you're doing a lot of group by queries and analytical queries and machine learning skills and all that stuff. Whereas a distributed relational database like Dynamo or Cassandra is used in production. It's going to be used in production when there's a lot of people who have a lot of, try to say here, they have a lot of like needs and a lot of, you know what I'm talking about. They have a lot of update needs, stuff like that. So like that would be the way that I would be thinking about the differences, right? So yeah, by distributed RDBMS, I mean something like CockroachDB. Same shit, same, literally exactly the same. It doesn't matter. Like all these things have the same problems. They all have the same problems. Yugabyte and CockroachDB and freaking and Cassandra, and it's all the same. They're all the same. Google Spanner, they're all the same. Like they're literally all the same. So like at the end of the day, they all have the exact same problems because it's like it comes back to like that's the difference between those things, right? Is that so like. So remember, like if you go to dataexpert.io/iaccept, right, you'll see a page here where you can claim your discount. So you can claim your discount here. Then you can join the challenge here, or you can join the AI engineering bootcamp here. This is another one that you can join, or you can join the combination bootcamp here, and that can all be like they're all totally possible to join right now. So that would be the way that I would be thinking about it, right? If you were somebody who is good at SQL, Tableau, and okay with Python, what bootcamp would you suggest to get into data engineering and get into Netflix or other dream company? I mean, I would say that like you probably want to do both, like data engineering, like the data engineering and AI engineering. That could be the other way that you can kind of do things. Like would be to do just the combination of the two. That would be the other probably really solid way to go, right? Because you got to like just learn and grow and build all the stuff, right? So yeah, I'd say that would be the other big way to go about doing things. So I mean, cool, everyone. Like I have probably time for one more question here to like if anyone has any final thoughts, any final parting words of like what's going on, and then we can go from there. We can see how we can kind of like step through this. And I'm happy Tuesday, y'all. It's been a very glorious, wonderful Tuesday. And like I'm excited to see where everything goes over the next couple weeks and years, even, you know, like as we kind of like get more value and get more things going. So yeah, it's gonna be a good time. So just remember, like I'll leave this open till the end of the night. So if you want to like really think about it, because this is where you're gonna get the best discount, right? Yeah. If I just joined the AED bootcamp, would I get the referral? Like we can refer you if you got to get certified, right? But yeah, if you join the referral network by getting certified and actually doing the work, yeah, for sure. Right, you're not going to get the one-on-one time with me, but yeah, we can get you referrals for sure. Like there's a referral network in the bootcamp that like we're trying to get and make it even more robust. That's definitely something that will happen over time, and that like, and you will join, and like we will get more and more people involved, and that's like definitely something I'm trying to scale up even more over the next couple months as well, so we can get more and more people involved to like kind of like, because we already have so many people who work in big tech in the bootcamp, right? We already have like I think like 200 people who work in big tech in the bootcamp. So like they can refer you and like they can do things like that. That's like, and that's how other people have kind of gotten in as well. So like, and then like you join, and that's yeah, it's great. It's a great time. So like I highly recommend it. Like there's so many people who have like changed their life, doubled their income, tripled their income from freaking taking these boot camps and like actually like taking it seriously. And my goal is to try to have that contagious energy to keep you guys motivated and keep you guys wanting to keep going, right? And keeping you on that path, right? So anyways, thank you guys so much for showing up today. Remember, like I highly recommend accepting this challenge here. So you can go to dataexpert.io/I accept. and that will get you 30% off any of them, as well as the subscription product if that's what you're into as well. So I hope you guys have a fantastic Tuesday, and I will catch you guys back here later. We'll be publishing more content for the free beginner bootcamp here pretty soon as well. So hope you guys have a fantastic time. I'll be publishing the beginner bootcamp content probably tomorrow morning. Would we be able to join the bootcamp if we finish the free bootcamp? I have no prior experience before. That should be good. Yeah, if you learn all the Python and the SQL skills in over the next month and really push yourself, yeah, you'll get there for sure. That would be the other thing that you would want to do to like really get there. So yeah, that's why it's like 15 weeks, right? It's like you take the free bootcamp for 5 weeks, and then you do the other 10 weeks, and that like gets you pretty far.